always a good day when I get to visit Sloan Motors, have a look at a car or two.
Great to see you again.
Yes, and today we're going to look at this 997. But before we get to this beautiful example of a 997, that we just have a quick wander around the shop, see what you got in stock at the moment.
Sure. We've got starting from over here on the corner, we have a 1984 911 Carrera with only 20, I think it's got 24,000 original miles.
Wow.
Yep, and it's
got a bit of a tail on it there.
Yep, was born with the front and rear spoilers, all original paint. Nice. Really nice car, no modifications, very clean. Hard to keep a black car laser straight too with no stone chips, but it's beautiful. Really been well loved.
Might have to take a spin in that. Yep. What do we got here? Cayman R.
Cayman R, which is unusual for me, but there's a little pocket rocket.
It's a little modern for you.
Yes, sir. So yeah, it's got the carbon seats. I'll open up it for you.
Yep.
Carbon fiber seats, of course, a manual transmission, which is pretty rare as well. Most of these cars are PDK. Very unique car with about 29,000 miles on it. Guards red, which is also kind of uncommon. So, and then also the 91 964 Turbo.
Ooh.
And they didn't make that many in 91, less than 600 cars.
Wow.
This is a black on black, all original paint car. I've had my eye on this car for a while. This actually has a 3.6 turbo badge on it, but I'm not mad because it's, usually it's black, but it's got a little chrome on it just to give it a little bling.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's got more than that bling, doesn't it? Yeah. What a beauty.
A little attitude.
It's got the wiper.
Yep, rear wiper car. 41,000 miles, all original paint. Really nice car too.
Is it tricky to drive?
Yeah, I mean, they always call them the widow makers. But it's a little bit easier than the 930 since, from its predecessor, but still, you got to be on it. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have the wheels pointed straight. Yeah. It's a little bit easier to drive versus the earlier cars because it's got a hydraulically assisted clutch, 5-speed car as well. So a little bit more tameable versus the earlier cars, but still a handful to drive. Very cool. My bread and butter of the business. Yeah, you sell a lot of these. I sell a ton of 993 C2Ss. This is a 97.
Double grill.
Double grill, yep. Arctic Silver over classic gray. All original paint with 39,000 miles. Lovely car.
Beautiful car.
Sell a lot of these cars. And then 57 Speedster behind you.
Oh, this guy here is for sale?
Yep, this is for sale.
Do not touch this car.
Easy.
Easy, I nearly touched it.
This is it's also a super.
Smudge, don't touch this car.
This is also a very rare car. It's hard to get an early Speedster, a super edition.
What sort of money are we looking at for this bad boy?
This is easily over $500,000. Wow. Yeah, great service history. It's been restored to better than it left the factory. Those are Rudge wheels, which are also very, very desirable wheels. All date match, 1957. Very, very desirable. Less desirable is my Mark I Rabbit.
Yes,
we've covered this car.
I'm still traumatized.
And then,
any other modifications since I've driven it?
I don't want to talk about it.
You're always tinkering with it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm going down the rabbit hole again, no pun intended. Yeah. Back here, we have
this guy. Yeah, let's talk about this guy.
This is a custom one-off 2004 BMW M3 station wagon or touring. So BMW teased the global market that they were going to build an E46 M3 station wagon. They never wound up doing it, but one guy, a local guy, wound up going completely.
How many cars were
in total, 3 cars were sacrificed to build this one. So obviously you have the station wagon and then 2 M3s used as donors to complete this process. But this is all handmade. This is all metal and just very extensive build. So maybe one of these days we'll get this on the road so you can experience it.
I remember that when these came out, they were just phenomenal to be getting 350 horsepower out of this size engine. I remember even Porsche engineers going, it'll never work, it'll never last. But they did. They were incredible. Yeah. And it's a manual, not that horrible.
It's a manual transmission car,
Yeah, not that horrible DSG.
And it's everything on this car is brand new.
Wow.
Literally everything. It's kind of in the corner here. We can take it out at one point, but you got to see the details.
So you wouldn't see another one of these really on the road, would you?
No, I mean there are other people out now that are making replicas, but some of them are all-wheel drive, some of them are CSL componentry. they're all kind of customized depending on the person. This guy who built this car really built it to kind of replicate the original prototype that BMW introduced to everybody.
Because there wasn't even a four-door, was there? Let alone a...
Correct. So they didn't make, so the E46, all you got were the coupes and the convertibles. That's it. So there's a lot of details in this car too.
Someone's going to want this car, right? Someone's going to want the perfect
money.
touring M3 E46.
Correct. So we can get into this car at a later date. This just recently sold. This is a special car. This is a 74 Euro Carrera, so it's got the same motor out of a 2.7 MFI motor out of a 73 Carrera RS. We did not get this motor in the United States. This car is originally from Italy and then came over here in the early 2000s. So this is an incredible car. This is around 300 grand. This is a
You've had this guy for a while, haven't you?
I've had this car for a little bit. I've had a lot of them. I've had about the same builder. I think maybe you had a yellow one or a blue one featured on here, but I've had a bunch of them.
Look at those seats.
This is made by the RSR project here in New York.
Oh, yes.
So he's got his own little brand, Richard Schickman. So they're really high quality builds, Resto-mods, if you will.
And what sort of money for this guy?
This is $250.
Oh yeah, it's pretty reasonable for such a...
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's a Euro Carrera on top, a Euro, sorry, not Carrera, but a Euro Cabriolet. One owner, 18,000 mile, 930. 2012 Carrera 4 GTS. Kind of a rare spec car, 14,000 miles.
Yeah, not many of them are...
No, the salt black as well, which is kind of an odd color. This car I really want you to drive.
Let's drive this one next. So look at that piping on the seats in there. Is that original?
Cool. Yep, these are all original.
Smudge? No.
This is an early 90s.
I love this color combo.
Yeah, it's a 91 964 C2 Grand Prix over that burgundy leather interior with the white piping. That's all factory. But it's just nice. So many of these cars.
This was the base model, basically, wasn't it?
Exactly. It was the base model. But it's exciting to find one that hasn't been modified because most of these cars have been. And it's a rear wiper car.
It's a rear wiper car. I mean, right there, it's worth it. It's 50 grand.
But
let's drive this next.
Yeah, we need to drive this car. I think you would really. Again, it's just rare to find them that haven't been something done to them. So it's in its purest form. So we'll definitely have to take that out.
Speaking of something done to them.
This is the complete opposite. Complete opposite. So this started life as an 87 Carrera, so G50 Carrera, and then it's been, tastefully modified to make it look like a hot rod, So this would be around 100,000 for something like this. Right. This is an 07 Carrera 4 Targa with about 20, I think it's got like 27,000 miles on it, manual transmission.
Low mileage as well.
Yeah, nice car. Not as low mileage as the one next to it.
This guy here.
This is 2021 with only 11 miles on it, delivery miles on it.
No one puts miles on these guys. He's got the decal kit and the whole works. Got
manual transmission car.
Yeah, so got the color. It's the
cherry metallic.
Yep. Full heritage package by the looks of things. Yeah, these are pretty sought after.
They are. And then over here is a 95 993 RS Club Sport. And they only made about 214 of these cars were built, obviously not for the US market. And this car is it's a 3.8. It's just a fun, you don't get to see, you can actually drive these things on the street too. It's but you don't get to see the Club Sports. So, and a lot of these cars obviously.
Probably not with a lot of comfort.
No, but this actually came with factory air conditioning, believe it or not. Wow. But this car was actually used on, in DE events, and it was properly used, which is also kind of rare for these cars to be actually used on the track. So something like this is like around 365,000.
Whew.
Yeah.
So is that shifter meant to be like that?
Yeah, that's a factory RS shifter.
Oh,
yeah. And the steering wheel too. I don't know if you saw the 3-spoke wheel. That would be a 993
look at that,
RS Speedster. It's not Speedster. I'm sorry, RS Club Sport.
Yeah, this is people that want to go hard.
Yeah,
like single wiper and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all done for light, and that's how they came. All the Club Sports came with full welded-in matter roll bar I'm sorry, roll cage. So full roll cage. The 2 seats, the hardback seats with the the fabric. Yeah. You could get air conditioning with the Club Sports. Not every single one of them had them, but you could get it. And the one wiper, and then the bigger aero kit. Because you had a smaller spoiler on.
You need the biggest aero kit you can possibly get. Yeah.
And this is how they left. But,
wow.
Yeah. The big kit on it, speed yellow, no sunroof, obviously, and they're narrow bodies as well.
Yeah. Wow.
And then this is another 98 C2S. Yep. Again,
same as
that's 97. This is a 98. This one has a rear wiper. This one has sport seats, 23,000 miles. It also has the 18-inch Speedline wheels, which have been kind of like a similar wheel on the 993 GT2.
You have so many of these come through, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I've sold quite a few. Just in this year, I've probably, I think like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They do sell quite frequently here. And this is probably the highest option 964 I've ever had. This is a 93 964 C4 with every option you could possibly put out, and mostly on the interior.
Including 16-inch wheels.
I know. I thought you were going to talk about the factory cell phone.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. I wondered what that was as well. Something from Space 1999, I think.
It's slate gray.
Is it really from the factory?
Yeah, you could order it. Yep.
Wow.
And then that phone would have been in that center console, but that's been rewrapped in leather in the center over there. But yeah, that's also an option, that leather console. This is a heated sports seat car.
Wow.
Full leather.
Even leather down here, yeah.
Leather uppers too.
Oh, wow.
And the whole dash and knee bar are also leather. That Burwood dash, this is all factory stuff. Very high option car, and I have every record from new.
Such an interesting, but no rear wiper.
Oh boy!
Why didn't he tick the rear wiper? And those wheels look so funny on it. It's hilarious. I love this car.
And then it's a GT3 RS 2019 with only 645 miles. The car is literally brand new.
For those people that want to track their new Porsche.
Brand spanking new, never been used. We've discussed this car before in the past.
Purple Beast. And
then this is an interesting car. This is the second time I've had this one. This is a 2001 Roof RGT. They only made 17 of these cars.
What is this color?
Have you ever seen this color before? Not Porsche, but on anything else. Do you recognize it?
I don't.
This is off of a Saab.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, this color was chosen originally from the original owner. So Roof painted this car, this Saab green, this silver green metallic. It's beautiful. I mean, it's...
Yeah, what an interesting vehicle.
Yeah. So this is the only, out of the 17 cars built, this is the only one as a lightweight spec. So it's got no AC, no radio, and no heat. I mean, it's bone stripped out,
And what are these shock?
Those are GRZ remote reservoirs right there for suspension.
Okay. Right. Wow.
I think it has about like 23,000 kilometers, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember off the top of my head.
What a strange car.
But so what this was is that, same Porsche teased the original GT3, and that a lot of people thought that we were going to get them over here in the United States, and that never happened. That happened in 2004. We didn't get them in the earlier ones. So this was a program for a lot of U.S. buyers to be able to get a first generation Mark I GT3 over here in the United States. So this car has been over in the United States since day one.
What a unique vehicle.
Yeah, since 2001. So it gave us an opportunity to own a first generation 996 GT3.
Sort of.
I mean, it's still, I think it's been dynoed. I think Roof said it's about 385 horsepower.
Oh, yeah. So a decent bump.
Yep, and this particular car came from Roof with the Porsche Cup transmission.
Okay.
So this is all done by Roof. I've got more documentation on this car than anything else in this room. It's literally been documented since day one. It's only a 2-owner car. I got it from the original owner, and then I sold it to a second guy about 2 or 3 years ago. And here it is. I got a great opportunity.
What are we talking on this guy?
This one...
It's the most expensive.
Yeah,
it's the most expensive 996 on the planet.
Possibly. But there's a reason for that. So anything Roof right now, as we know, is pretty valuable. But yeah, it's got its own, roof brake kit, 19-inch wheels. It's just, it's tastefully modified too. Like, it doesn't scream to you, because the second generation of these cars, the RGTs, they had another one with like bolt-on flares and stuff like that. So it got a little bit.
I mean, the lowering alone makes it look like a drug dealer's car.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah.
It's mean, it's menacing.
Very good.
Very rare as well as the 1988 factory slant nose.
Yeah. You've had this. Have you had this for a while, or was another one?
I've had a bunch of them.
Yeah. You know, you had a black one. That's right.
Yep. So I had this one's an '88.
So does the slant nose now demand more money? It used to be the reverse, wasn't it?
Correct. Yep. And now it's the opposite. And you remember back in the day when these cars were new, it was almost the price of a brand new 911 to have this kit. It was like $23,000. Right. Then. So it was almost half the price of the car.
Yeah.
So
and how many do you think were made? How many years were they offering?
They were offered from like so the mid to late 80s here in the United States. The first year would have been 86, and then we got them up to 89. This is about, they only made 145 coupes for the U.S. in '88. I mean, it was pretty damn rare. I mean, it was, like I said, it was I think like a $22,000 or $24,000 option. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think I probably have it written down somewhere.
I mean, it's the most...
$29,000. It was a $29,000 option.
It's the most Ferrari-looking Porsche 911 they ever made,
these are all hand-built.
Yeah.
So this is all handmade. And then these are actually made out of balsa wood right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so everything was all... And they added... So what they did is because of the sloped nose here, that oil cooler usually is over here. They had to move it back there because there was physically no space for it up front because of the headlight bucket to flip up.
Yeah.
So they also got special interiors, a lot more leather with the package. I don't know if you've noticed, but the crest is embossed on the side here. You can
that's odd, isn't it?
Yep. So that would have been on that car too. Overseas, they were, I think it was in England, they called them the 930 SEs.
Yeah.
And they also got a power boost overseas too. We did not. We got the standard 930 282 horsepower motor here.
So same sort of deal to drive. You got to keep it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they did make an 89 with a 5-speed. This is it's an 88, so it's a 4-speed car. Uh-huh. But I mean, it's the same. Mechanically, it's the same as a regular 930.
Yeah. All right, let's go and have a look at this 997. We don't have too many 997s on this channel, so. All right, so what year are we talking about here?
This is a 2006 997 Carrera S. I first had this car in my shop in 2020, so about 5 years ago. I had about 9,000 miles. I got it from the original owner, and I sold it to a guy here in actually New York, and he drove it. It's got 31,000 miles on it, and he drove it.
Yeah.
But the car's been completely wrapped since day one.
Oh, so it's got a full PPF?
Yeah, I'm not since day one, since he bought it from me. Yeah. So he protected the paint since he bought the car from me, completely wrapped it, and it looks like, I mean...
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm sort of interested in this car, is that so many of this first generation 997s are kind of beat up these days. It's very rare to see one that's in sort of factory new condition. I wanted to jump on it.
Especially that light beige too. That,
that
sand beige interior usually gets kind of beat up.
It does. And it's very.
And I mean, he has kids as well, so it's actually remarkable that the car is still. Yeah. And he did drive it quite often.
So they offered this full beige package up until 2014, I think was the year.
With the beige dash and everything.
Beige dash, which when they got sued.
Oh, because it's to the glare.
The glare,
I can see
and everyone that had this, got a.
Really, can you get the black dash?
Well, no, you could get compensation.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
And so that's when they stopped. And so, the beige is now black dash and beige everything else.
I've noticed that. I didn't notice it on the beige cars, but on the red cars too, like the red dash cars. Yeah. That's really that's quite a bit. The glare is pretty bad.
Is this midnight?
Yep, midnight blue with the sand beige.
Yep.
Not a crazy option car. It does have it's got a Sport Chrono Package Plus. It's got a factory short shift kit in it, which I've never seen before. Which is kind of cool. Because I don't know, I feel like 997s, the shifter can be a bit ambiguous. So this kind of tightens up that sloppiness, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Bose sound system. The window stickers in the other room. I can't remember all the options off the top of my head. Yeah. But
even in this sort of decent, amazing condition, they're be pretty reasonably priced, right?
Yeah, it's about $65,000.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
And it has a new clutch in it, and yeah, it's been really well serviced since it left here. And it was well serviced before here as well, so it's been loved pretty much since day one. Again, pretty hard to find. It's only had 2 owners since 2006.
Yeah. And of course, the first generation 997 were the first Porsches that you could run the Porsche configurator on.
You would know this.
Yeah, so I actually configured these. The configurator was a lot more basic back then, but you could pick the color and the interior, and that was about it, and a couple of other options. But yeah, it was the first year of the Porsche configurator, as basic as it was back then. So yeah, the configurator fans, this was the first of them, and of course you can tell it's a Gen 1 because of these lights.
Yep.
And slightly.
It's got the lobster wheels, as everybody likes to refer to them.
Yeah, I like these wheels.
I do too.
Yeah, slightly different. Taillights, yep. No LED. Yeah, they're a nice car. All right, let's take it for a spin.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's take this 997.1 for a spin. I'd like to apologise up front for fans of William and Albert. I forgot to bring a Gorilla today. Amateur hour. All right, let's see how this thing. Second gear. Pulling hard. Yeah, it's got a lot more pull, above 5,000 RPM, this engine. So yes, this is the 997.1, and they are a bit of a bargain basement generally. I mean, you can pick them up 40,000 for a really beat up one, or 50,000, 60,000 up to 70,000. Let me let this jerk go by, hang on. He wants to be on the video. Yeah, you can pick them up 60,000, 70,000 like this one in mint condition. Of course, with the 997.1, you've still got more or less the same engine as the 996, so it does suffer occasionally from that IMS bearing issue. It's not nearly as common in the 997s. I don't know what they did to change them or improve them, but it's not until the 997.2 that problem's completely repaired. It's a whole new engine, the direct injection engine with the 997.2, but this is a 997.1, so that's just something you need to be aware of, is that the car should be well serviced if you're buying one of these, and then you generally won't have too many problems. So yes, if you're looking to get into a modern-ish 911 at a reasonable price, the 997.1 is a pretty good value point. They're a lot of fun to drive. They just have a lot of oddities, like we're talking early 2000 stuff, so the dashboard, so the PCM is not a PCM, it's like a 6-stacker CD with 1 million buttons. It's got the built-in cell phone buttons, hilariously. It's all era specific. But of course, with being a 997, you get the better looks up front, you don't get those old 996 headlights. It's a really nice package. And you pay a real premium to go to a 997.2, which has got the direct injection engine and the first of the PDKs. And those first PDKs weren't too reliable, so try and get a manual transmission. If you are going for this model, but in an automatic, you get the Tiptronic, which is actually a pretty reliable transmission. And another thing to note, on this particular car, it's got the beige dash, which was phased out, I think 2014, 2015, they finally stopped making these dashboards because they were a little hard to see in the bright sunlight. I mean, it's not impossible. Today is a very bright sunlight day and you get a little bit of glare here and there, but not too bad. Okay, we've got a bit of open road. Let me give it a bit of a beating down here. Second gear, through to 7,000. Third gear. Rock and roll. Yeah. It's an older car, but they've still got a lot of punch to them. Well, they've got a lot of torque, and you still hear that engine noise from the back, so it's a real 911. It's still the real deal, you know? When I remember the early 2000s, and figuring I would never be in a position to own a 911, and just dreaming of having one, and looking at the configurator. It was the first years of the configurator, and seeing these models and thinking, wow, imagine driving one of those things. It just must be something else. And here we are. I'm driving the very car I was first looking at online, those early days of the configurator. And it is pretty much as I'd expect. It's a really nice, fun car to drive, especially with this manual transmission and short shifter. It's pretty special. And to get to drive one, which is pretty factory fresh, really. I mean, this car is immaculate. This is exactly as it would have been coming off the showroom floor. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And these early 2000 cars have a lot of character to them. At one point, it would have been annoying to have all these buttons and this old technology in there. Now it's a novelty. Now it's something. Look at all this. It's pretty cool. It's got a 6-stacker CD in it. How often do you see that? Pretty cool. For a 20-plus-year-old car. Oh yeah, there's a radar detector hidden in this car somewhere. I have no idea where it is or how it shows up. It just chats away to me as I'm driving. The stealth radar detector. But yes, for a 20-year-old car, it feels so tight and new. Really, this is, I think, exactly what it would have been like driving this car off the lot. Pretty cool, really.